Success shouldn't feel this exhausting. If you're winning on paper, but burning out behind the scenes, you aren't failing. You're stuck in a psychological bottleneck called a hurdle of stop. I've been there. On the outside, things look great, but I was secretly burning out, convinced I was just lucky, and waiting to be exposed as a fraud. I realized I didn't have a business problem. I had a mindset block. Whether it's imposter syndrome, perfectionism, or fear or failure, these aren't just feelings. They are growth bottlenecks. Identify your specific hurdle and get one immediate action step to regain your momentum today. Go to tuepodcast.net/quiz. That's tuepodcast.net/quiz to take the 3-minute assessment and get your report now. Salutations, Skoobeliever. Do you have a dream of becoming an entrepreneur, but don't know where to start or even what to do? Where can I gather information quickly about what's in my zone of genius? Don't worry, Skoobelievers. I got you covered. Go to tuepodcast.net/AI prompt and check out an amazing set of AI prompts that will give you ideas, information, and articles to help you get across that start line. Once again, go to tuepodcast.net/AI prompt to get you started now. Good luck, Skoobeliever. Undiscovered Entrepreneur, episode number 5. Attention, Skoobelievers. Grab your audience by the eyeballs with eye-catching logo animations. Give your brand the visual enhancement it needs to thrive in a digital world. Go to topbizdesigns.com, where excellence meets design. Welcome to the Undiscovered Entrepreneur, the podcast where brand new entrepreneurs come to life and could quite possibly be discovered. Join me, DJ Skoob, and the rest of the Skoobelievers as we help these new businesses become a reality. And now, away we go! Hello, Skoobelievers, and welcome to another episode of Undiscovered Entrepreneur. I just really wanted to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to what we got going on here. So for today, we have Annajean. Now, Annajean is a bookkeeper, and her company is actually called Bookkeeping Unboxed. And there's a really specific reason why she calls it that, and I think it's kind of funny myself, but it actually fits. So let's listen for that, and also how COVID actually affected her business and how things worked out for her in the positive after getting things together. And let's also listen to how she does her cleanup work. That was actually quite funny, the way she talks about cleanup work and how that's all done, and how she experienced what I call the experience conundrum. That's actually quite funny too. But I think the one thing that really stuck out through the whole interview is the fantastic advice she had for new bookkeepers and how to get yourself prepared and ready for the adventure that you're about to take. So, everybody, let's take a listen to Annajean. Salutations, Skoobelievers, and this is me, DJ Skoob, coming to you live from whatever device you're listening to. Today we are talking to Annajean. I got a major question for you.
Sure.
Are you a Skoobeliever?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. We have another Skoobeliever, everybody. All right. So, Annajean, tell me a little bit about what you do and how long you've been doing it for, and a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I started my current company, Bookkeeping Unboxed, in 2020 after COVID train wrecked the economy. And I provide bookkeeping, payroll, QuickBooks cleanup, and QuickBooks support to small businesses.
All right. All those things are really super important, especially when you're running a business.
Yes.
And what actually got you started in all this?
Well, I've been doing bookkeeping and accounting since 2006, and I've been handling the family money since I was 19. So accounting is what I do. I've done it both as a self-employed contractor and as an employee, and I much prefer self-employed.
Okay, that's cool. That's probably why I don't get a paycheck. I just hand it over to my wife and she gives me an allowance there. Probably kind of the same idea.
Your job to make it, her job to make it do everything it's supposed to do.
Exactly. Now, I know you're just getting started here. So what are actually some of the pitfalls or problems you've had about getting started and finding clients and things of that nature?
Well, my initial problem was that I wasn't confident in my message and I wasn't sure how to go about reaching people. I did attend a 5-day challenge on Facebook. And after that, or during that, I wrote my first blog and then published it to the group of people that it was aimed at, notary loan signing agents. And I had really enthusiastic responses to the blogs that I produced and shared with them. And they wanted the
Oh, that's great.
spreadsheets and calculators that I had offered to them. I'm like, well, awesome. So this is going to work. They actually need what I'm doing here. And so then I met a gentleman named Bryce Tubbs, and he is my current business coach. What I really just needed was somebody to hold my hand and say, okay, here's what you do first, and here's what you do next, and here's some, bite-sized goals you can deal with. Kind of get me out of my comfort zone. And so I've been working with him since March, and since I started actually doing the work, I've gotten 3 new bookkeeping clients in the last 60 days.
All right. Well, congratulations on that.
There's a lot of cleanup work to do and stuff like that to get them ready to actually be live and have better information.
Well, it's definitely sounds like it's a step in the right direction for you for what you want to do and what you want to accomplish.
Yes.
One of the main things, especially when you're first doing ours, if you can find a mentor or find somebody to point you in that right direction, give you those goals to meet, that way you're heading the right direction. It's really important for you to be able to make your goals that way.
Yeah.
So this mentor you have, was he your biggest influence in starting this business, or did you have somebody else that actually influenced you? Or
Like I said, I've been doing this since 2006, and marketing has changed a lot in that amount of time. And so things that I used to do to get clients don't work anymore.
Yeah.
I've come across some other programs that made sense and looked like they would work, but when I went to go through the program and then try to implement it, it just didn't click. How you're looking at something and you're reading it and it is just not going in. And that's kind of how the other programs worked. And the ones that I did find that I really liked and thought could help me were out of my price range at the time. Now I'm in a position to work with Bryce and to be able to accomplish my goals. And like I said, I've had 3 new clients and $27,000 in cleanup work. So
Wow. Okay. So you got a little work ahead
yeah,
of you.
quite a bit. Well, one has 4.5 years, and the other one has 4 years worth of cleanup work to do. So.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I want to do something here. Let's go back to 2006.
Mhm.
I want you to tell me exactly when you had that aha moment to say, this is what I want to do. I mean, how did that happen?
Well, I had graduated from an accounting program at a local college and went out and applied for jobs. But without any experience, you can't get a job. And without a job, you can't get any experience.
Right.
And I'm like, so how does that work? And then I came across a company called Universal Accounting out of Utah. And their program not only teaches you basic bookkeeping, but also teaches you how to start your own business.
Oh, okay.
And so I followed their program step by step. I joined the local chamber, and the next thing I knew, I was covered up in 20 clients.
Oh, wow.
And was running 6 days a week. So then it looked like my husband's job was going to have to go out of state. And so I shuffled those people off to other people and went to doing the employee thing. Well, by then I had enough experience, so they were like, yeah, come on.
Right.
And I've been an employee, and I've had a couple of bookkeeping clients along the way since then, but life happens. And I ended up leaving Oregon and moving to Missouri. And I lived in Topeka, and then I moved to Kansas City, and then I moved down to Springfield. And so because of the conditions I was in with personal issues, being an employee seemed to work better because it's a lot easier to walk away from a job than clients. Then things happened, and I knew I had to come back here to take care of my grandkids. And so a year and a half, it'll be 2 years in August since I moved back out here to Oregon.
Okay.
Then COVID happened, and because of some issues with my grandchildren, I need to be in the house full time. There's no leaving for work.
Gotcha.
So being self-employed and being able to do it remotely works the best for me, because then I can still, manage the kids and manage the household and still be able to do what I do and take care of myself financially.
All right, and that's all really important stuff. So I commend you for that, for taking that sacrifice to be with those kids in their times of need. So we all thank you for that. So I know you probably have some goals for yourself. You sounds like you've already achieved a couple of them, having a couple clients for you. But I'd like to know when you know you've made it, when you actually said, this is where exactly I want to be. Where is that? Can you tell us about it?
Well, I would like to have my business big enough that I can pay myself a salary of about $70,000.
Okay.
I don't currently have any huge financial issues other than, oh my God, my student loans. But I would like to eventually be completely debt free, including my student loans. So in order to do that, I need my business to be making about $100,000 a year, and in annual revenue, not just monthly bookkeeping, but cleanup jobs and that sort of thing. So it'll be a combination of things. With the cleanup work I have now and the clients I have now, I'm about halfway there. So I figure in about 2 years, I will be where I need to be in monthly bookkeeping clients. And then I'd eventually like to move out of my daughter's house. I love my grandchildren to death, but I need my own space. So,
Oh, yeah. Let me ask you a different question here. If you came across somebody that wants to do exactly what you're doing, the bookkeeping and that kind of thing, and they asked you for advice or, a point and direction, kind of like what your mentor is doing for you, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to first know your trade. You have to know bookkeeping. You have to be good at it. And if numbers make your head hurt, this isn't the place for you. And then to have all of the pieces in place, know how to do bookkeeping, know how to use QuickBooks, know how to, have all the pieces in place, like the contracts and the spreadsheets and stuff that you're going to need to be able to use to do your business. And then, get your website and your Facebook and, all of the pieces in place so people can find you and so that you can come across as a legitimate business. And then find somebody to mentor you or find a marketing method that works for you. For me right now, that's LinkedIn. That's working pretty well for me. And it can be automated so it's not sucking up all of my time.
Right.
And then to just step off the curb and do it. You can plan all you want to, but until you actually step out of that little bubble and do it, you're not going to get anywhere.
It's funny you'd mention that because you're actually my fourth interview that I've done ever. So thank you. But in all 4 episodes that I have done so far, that's the one thing that they've all said. Just do it. Just get started. Take that step. And I'm going to tell you exactly. And I know if I have somebody that's been listening, from beginning to end on all my episodes, they're probably tired of hearing it, but I'm going to say the same thing. My son, when he was 6, he came up with a mantra for himself, and I live by it this day. I can say, I can, I am, I will, and I'm doing it today. And he's actually carried that all throughout his life so far since he was 6. And he's used that to push himself to know that if he wants to do anything or accomplish anything, he's got to do it today. That's what I'm going to give you, as well as just about everybody else I've talked to today. So just do it. It sounds like a Nike shoe, but just do it. So, all right.
Well, the mantra I've lived by my whole life, my 3rd grade teacher used to tell the whiny boys in my class, can't die in the poorhouse, because I can't write, I can't do this, I can't do that. And she's like, no, can't die in the poorhouse. And I'm like, oh, can't, can't. Oh, no. I'm not can't.
Mm-hmm.
I am close kin to Wonder Woman, and I can do anything that comes along. So
Nice. All right. So you're a can, right? You're not a can't, but you're a can.
I am absolutely a can, and about anything that comes along that needs to be done, I can do. So
Excellent. Well, I commend you for that. That's amazing. And now we're going to pause to pay some bills. All right, Skoobelievers. Do you spend hours on end gathering analytic information for yourself or your company? Trying to decipher Google information, social media algorithms, and then make sense of it all? Then having to spend almost the entire day making a chart to present to your managers or partners? Stop the madness with a single press of a button. Elementary Analytics does all the work for you. Elementary Analytics is an online software solution that pulls together all website, search, and social media data you need and presents it to you in a way that you can understand, allowing you to make informed marketing decisions guided by the data. And with a single press of a button, Elementary Analytics produces printable charts that can be used in any presentation. I tried it for myself, and I was blown away by its ease of use and capabilities. Not sure if it'll work for you? Try it risk-free for 14 days with no credit card needed. Just go to tuepodcast.net. Go to the online store and click on my affiliate link, Elementary Analytics TUE, for your 14-day free trial. That's tuepodcast.net, then Elementary Analytics. All right, so you have clients and you have people that, want you to work for them, but you're obviously not the only bookkeeper out there. So I'm going to ask you this question. If I needed bookkeeping or bookkeeping services that I would hire you for, but I have two other people that I'm looking at the same time that are asking for the same amount of money and have the same experience as you, what would actually set you apart from these other two?
a lot of bookkeepers don't want to tackle the cleanup work. One, because they're scared to charge enough for it. And two, because, wow, that's a lot of work. My business name is Bookkeeping Unboxed. And what I mean by that is they hand me a box of stuff in no shape or form, papers, bills, receipts, you name it, it's in the box. I take it out of that box that they've been throwing it in because they don't want to deal with it and turn it into useful information that you can use to manage and grow your business. And I'm not afraid of the box.
That's awesome. So you don't just think out of the box, but you work out of the box too.
I work out of the box. In fact, the client I just signed up and onboarded the other day literally handed me a grocery bag with 4 years worth of receipts in it, not sorted, not in any kind of order. So there's like grocery receipts and all kinds of miscellaneous stuff in this bag that I'm going to have to sort through and then put what is viable information into her QuickBooks and get her caught up in current so that she can do her taxes. Because what happens with a lot of these small businesses is it gets away from them and then it gets to being overwhelming and they're like, oh, I don't even want to look.
Oh, yeah.
And they need somebody like me to tackle that pile and make it into something that they can relate to and that they can make work for them.
You know, what's funny is I can actually imagine you being, in an office, and then the guy turns around and has this huge paper bag and just hands it to you and says, here, do something with this. Because that's what it sounds like they do.
That was my very first bookkeeping client. They brought me a big blue tub, like a storage tub. And it was full to the brim with paper. And there was 3 months worth of bookkeeping for one business and 4 months worth of bookkeeping for their other business. And they didn't have a thing in QuickBooks. It wasn't organized by month or anything. It was just a pile of paper. And I sorted through it and got it put into QuickBooks and into usable information.
You know what you got to do is you got to charge per receipt, like a penny a receipt or something like that. That way you get a little more extra.
Well, the one that handed me the paper bag, her cleanup is like $17,000. So there we go.
Oh, wow. Well, that's awesome. It sounds like you really kind of know what you're doing when it comes to cleanup. So I would definitely hire you because, you don't want to take a look at my junk drawer here I have here at home. So
well, I had a client when I was in Topeka. He literally brought me all these boxes full of papers and receipts and bills and credit card statements. And for like 3 years worth of accounting that needed to be done so he could do his taxes.
I think I can hear a bunch of bookkeepers crying right now going over, my gosh, she goes through all that. Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
It needs to be done. I mean, you can't just make it up as you go along. So that's what I do. I take it out of that box and turn it into
I
information.
almost want to turn that into like a saying, take it out of the box. Take everything out of the box and sort it out so you know what you're doing with yourself. That's actually, I like that.
That's exactly what bookkeeping is for, is to get it out of that box of stuff in the closet that you're like, oh, I don't even want to look at it.
All right. So I'm going to move on a little bit here. Now, I know I've asked you a lot of questions here, but what is the one question that you wish I would have asked you? Because I always miss at least one really good one.
Well, a really good one is, do you like what you do?
Okay. So, Annajean, do you like what you do?
Yes, actually, I love what I do. It's very satisfying to know that I can take this pile of stuff that this lady's pulling her hair out over and has been avoiding for 4 years and make it so that she can function in her business and function better in her life and not have it keep her up at night.
Yeah. I could see how that would be so stressful to know that you have all this work that needs to be done that just keeps staring at you night after night after night. It's like a monster.
And it's like if you tell a 2-year-old, go clean your room, and they're like, huh? You know, what, you want me to pick up what? So you never tell a 2-year-old, go clean your room like that. You're okay, now pick up all the
Mhm.
socks, bring me all the socks. So they go and find them from every little hidey hole. Now go bring me all of this. And so they go bring whatever it is from all the little hidey holes. And pretty soon the room is
I
done.
might just do that to my 14-year-old, get him to clean his room.
I'm really good at wrangling teenagers. So
Oh, good. See, there is a positive thing to all this bookkeeping. You can get the kids to do what they need to
oh
do.
shoot, man, my kids were snap trained. And even as grown adults, if I start making this noise, they start looking around for what
Hmm.
mom wants.
Oh boy, my dad whistle trained me. He did the same thing. If I was out somewhere or something, I heard that whistle, I came running. So,
Well, their dad worked nights, and so you can't be loud. And they can hear this even in a crowded, loud room, and they start looking
oh yeah.
around for what mom wants. And if I have to come explain what I'm snapping about, you are in big trouble.
Well, let's keep on your good side then. I don't want you to have to snap at me. Okay, so I know we talked a little bit about goals and a couple goals. Do you have any goals set, say like 6 months from now?
By the end of the year, I would like to have $5,000 a month in recurring revenue. I need to start saving for a house and getting my student loans paid down and, have some money set aside for if and when I have to buy another car, that kind of thing. So all of that takes money, and you have to have a plan, and you have to have a way to implement that plan. So that's my plan.
Awesome. It's good to have a plan, especially in instances when you want to set those goals for yourself. You need to know how to get there, and to those goals.
Yes, exactly.
So, how does I'm going to give you a little, how does anybody get a hold of you and your services now? This is your time to shine here, Annajean. Let's hear it.
Okay. Well, my website is called bookkeeping-unboxed, so www.bookkeeping-unboxed.com. And then the email to reach out to me to get started or ask questions is getstarted@bookkeeping-unboxed.com. And then my Calendly link is www.calendly.com/bookkeeping unboxed, no dashes.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Annajean, for all that great information. I'm sure a lot of people have learned a lot about bookkeeping and what they need to do if they themselves want to start bookkeeping. And hopefully, being on this podcast slash YouTube channel, somebody will reach out to you and say, hey, if she can take this big bag of receipts and turn it into something, I need that. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, the lady that handed me the bag was like, "Oh, thank God! I've been dreading it for months and years, and so glad you can do this." So that's what I get out of it.
we're going to try to get you some more bags of receipts then. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Great.
All right. Well, you have a nice day and stay safe out there and stay out of the heat.
I'll do my best. And everybody, if you want to get a hold of me, you can email me at pianotiehentertainment@gmail.com. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you visited my website at uepodcast.net. this podcast and YouTube channel is specifically for people that are brand spanking new in the business. I need people that are less than a year in their business. And if you are, I am looking for more people to interview. So please, 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 please email me. Let me know how long you've been in your business. Let me know what you do, and I will answer you as soon as I get a chance. So thank you very much. And you all have a great evening. Thank you so much. Have a great day. That was Annajean, everybody. Boy, she really has some great information for anybody that's looking to start in the bookkeeping industry, doesn't she? I got to tell you, she also has some fantastic goals for herself, some big aspirations, and little monetary goals for herself too, which is actually really good to have, so you know when you can actually quit that day job and have things start coming in for yourself that's really good. I'm going to make a little bit of a confession here too. I'm a little bit of a, I don't know if you want to call it superhero syndrome or what, but I really like the idea of swooping in and saving the day. And it sounds like Annajean really knows how to do that for her companies and businesses that she comes in to save. It just seems like she swoops in to save the day and take this huge nightmare of receipts and whatnot and turn them into something that actually is workable. Saving all these companies from bookkeeping nightmares and whatnot. I can only imagine what that would be like. I also kind of found it funny that she snap trained her kids. Like I said before, I was whistle trained, so I don't know. Was anybody else had a specific type of training they were when they were growing up? Let me know in the comments below. I really hope Annajean reaches her 6-month goal. All right, so something a little bit different. And if you remember my last episode that we talked about my putting together a speaking engagement for Chris Brogan. And just the other day, I actually went online to try to find some self-help or some anything really to help me or teach me how to actually put together a booking event for a speaker. And I found out something very interesting. There's nothing there. The only thing that I could find is from the aspect of the speaker themselves, but nothing really for the person that actually does the booking of the room and setting things up and the dates for the speaker. I find this really interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to document everything that I put together and see if I could build something out of it that might help anybody else that's going through the same situation I am as far as trying to book speakers at a specific engagement, time, costs, and things of that nature. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all turns out. So follow me if you'd like. Maybe we can figure this out together. All right, and I just want to throw out this also. I'm still looking for 5-star reviews. So if you could, please, if you're in the Apple Podcast area, please leave me a 5-star review and comments. I do read all my comments that come through. And if you do leave a 5-star review, you will get mentioned on my next podcast. Also, I have something new I'm going to do here too. I have free information about something I think is very vital that most coaches and entrepreneurial leaders tend to kind of forget about. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, go to uepodcast.net/lesson0. For more information about me and my podcast, please visit my website at uepodcast.net. And I always have my Twitter right next to me here, so you could reach me on Twitter at DJScoob2021. Join me for my next episode when we talk to Ashley Brown, a hardworking virtual administrator for small practice doctors. All right, everybody, have a great day. Hello there, DJ Scoob here. And I just want to personally say thank you for listening to my program. I really hope you learned something. Tune in 2 weeks to listen to another brand new entrepreneur. And remember, I can, I am, I will, and I'm doing it today. As a worker of 2 full-time jobs, running a podcast and coaching, every minute counts in my day-to-day. It's hard to be consistent in any of my social medias. And at this point, I cannot hire a social media manager. Pinnacle AI to the rescue! I've been using Pinnacle AI for a couple of weeks now. I've seen big improvements in my outreach and consistency in all my social medias. Do you want to save time and increase your productivity too? Go to tuepodcast.net/AI for more information. Save yourself time and grow your brand. Try it now and see what it can do for you.
Hello, Skoobelievers. Let me ask you a real quick question. How many cups of coffee have you had today? 3, 5, 7? And let me guess, you've got a Red Bull in the other hand just in case, right? Yeah, I see you. Now, here's the truth bomb nobody wants to hear. You're not building a business. You're building a caffeine dependency. Listen, I get it. When you're grinding 12, 14, 16-hour days, you're building something from nothing. When you've got payroll to meet, investors to impress, and visions that won't wait. You need fuel. But what if I told you that the fuel that you're using is actually slowing you down? What if the very thing that you think is keeping you sharp is actually making you dull? Enter Rise Coffee. This isn't your grandma's mushroom tea. This isn't some hippie wellness trend. This is science meets performance. And here's what makes Rise different. Less than half the caffeine of a regular cup of coffee. But here's the kicker. You won't miss it. 6 organic powerhouse mushrooms, including cordyceps, what Olympic athletes use, and lion's mane, what Silicon Valley biohackers swear by. Sustained energy that doesn't spike and crash. We're talking smooth, clean power from morning to moonlight. Crystal clear focus without the jitters. Imagine closing the deal with calm, confident mind instead of the caffeine chaos. Gut health and immune support, because what's the point of building an empire if you're too sick to enjoy it? So here's the challenge to you. Stop borrowing energy from tomorrow. Stop running on fumes and call it a hustle. Stop wearing your caffeine addiction like a badge of honor. Real entrepreneurs optimize, real entrepreneurs adapt, real entrepreneurs win. You can't win if you're crashing at 2 p.m. while your competition is just getting started. Break the cycle. Head to risesuperfoods.com right now and use code PODNA15 for 50% off your first order. That's PODNA15 for 15% off. Try it for 30 days. If you don't feel the difference, if you don't feel sharper, calmer, more focused, more alive, then go back to your 6-a-day cup habit. But I'm telling you, we won't, because once you feel what real energy feels like, you'll never go back. Ditch the addiction, fuel your empire, and rise up. Rise Coffee, energy that builds, not burns.